Alright, yo, we seem to be recording. Alright, yo, hello and welcome, buddy. What is going on? So we're here today to do Monster Episode 1. Yeah, I bought that just to make that stupid pun. We're here today to do Monster Episode 1 live reaction. Now, this has been a show that I've been wanting to do and it has been recommended to me for like a good 4 to 5 months so far. And I've always said, I will get to it eventually once I've actually done a few shows, once I've actually completed a few shows. And since we seem to be nearing that right now, I decided let's start with Monster today. In terms of what I actually know about this show, besides obviously the name being Monster, I know that like the villain that's supposed to be in it, I don't even know if he's a villain or an antagonist, but the evil person, I guess, let's call him the antagonist, that's supposed to be in here, supposed to be like the worst antagonist of any show ever. Now, I actually know that because we were having this discussion on Discord. If you want to join, links in the description down below. Having this discussion on Discord like a few months ago, about who the worst antagonist ever is, and I was, for me personally, it's always been somebody that had a necklace from a different show. Somebody had a necklace that was like kind of round. Not to go into too much details, but he's done nothing wrong. But people were saying the person in Monster is worse. I've always been very intrigued, and again, I've had this download now for like a good 4 months, and I've always said once I finish some shows, this will be next, because it's quite, in 74 episodes, it's quite long. So I decided, you know what, let's wait a little bit, let's see, until I've got more time. So here we are. I don't even have more time, but we're still starting. Okay, so he's an actual doctor then. Yep.
あんな難しい部位の脳動脈瘤をあの速さでクリッピングするなんて。素晴らしいオペだったよ。ヘル、ドクターテンマ。ケンゾーテンマは天才だということを改めて確認したよ。
And he's a surgeon, so I'm guessing that's the protagonist there. Could somebody tell me the studios? Because it looks like Ghibli, but it's obviously not. Okay. I don't know what it is, but it's probably just a name. Very eerie. Or maybe that's just because it just, I don't know. It kind of feels like Death Note in a way. I should have figured out it was set in Germany. Ah, okay. I totally forgot 1986. リーベルト夫妻は疲れた様子もなく、二卵性双生児の娘さん、息子さんとともに明るい表情を見せてくれました。ローゼンバッハさんの診断名は破裂脳動脈瘤。Stemming from a cerebral aneurysm. You can't give them too much information. 多くのファンを持つローゼンバッハさんですが、復帰の可能性は？彼の歌声を蘇らせるために全力を尽くします。So much for doctor-patient privilege.
父が病院の理事長になるのは時間の問題だし、そしたらあなたもすぐに外科部長。
Well, isn't it should be based on merit first and foremost, as always.
幸せにしてよ。私に苦労は似合わないから。外に出かける？
At least he isn't shy. That's good. Usually you always see these people being shy. At least he isn't shy. Well, something like, why didn't you operate on my husband?
亭主を返してよ。うちの人返してよ。あんたどうして手術してくれなかったんだ。
あなたは
うちの人の方が早くこの病院に担ぎ込まれたのに、あんなオペラ歌手なんかより先に運び込まれたんだ。
I see.
なのに後回しにしたんだ。
I see. I see. I see. I
こ
see.
の病院で一番腕の立つ医者だそうじゃないか。なんで。
人の命は平等じゃないんだもの。
There you go. There you go. There you go. People's lives aren't created equal. True and not true. True.
返してよ。うちの人を返してよ。
True in the sense that ultimately it is true. There are people whose lives and deaths have affected history that might have been born into that position, and then there are people that will admittedly not amount to much, but their lives are still valued equally in the eyes of the law, not so much in human history.
それが先日東ドイツから亡命してきたリーベルト氏の住居だそうです。誰かいるぞ。
She fine? She. Did she do it? Oh, it could be just as likely that it was the boy that did it. Then how would he be injured? Okay! Okay! Okay!
頭部写真と CT スキャンが出来上がっています。
Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was her.
頭部から入って脳の最深部に達しているな。
I thought it would be a boy. Because he was bloody.
銃弾が左中大脳動脈をかすめている。
麻酔かかりました。
Does anesthesia even work once you operate on the brain? Because you're shutting off the nerves.
ドクターテンマ。
And you're working
君は
on.
こっちじゃない。大至急第一手術室の方に行ってくれ。市長がロデッカ市長が脳血栓で倒れたんだ。
So what? You're just gonna
今ヘリでこっちに向かっている。
operate.
あと10分で到着する予定だ。
それじゃあドクターボイヤーに連絡を取ってください。
動脈閉塞の可能性がある。もしそうだったら君が出頭するんだ。ヨダ、血栓閉塞部位の確認を頼む。
At that point, what do you choose?
ああ、準備をしておくれよ、ドクターテンマ。
Because you can't just operate on the kid.
頼りにしてるよ。
If you do that, you're going to be off a job. It will save your conscience.
ボランティアか何かと勘違いしてるんだよ。我々は人の命を救う以前に学級のと。そうだろ、そうだろ。
僕はただ院長の命令通りあのオペラ歌手のオペをしただけなんだ。僕に責任はない。
当たり前よ。人の命は平等じゃないんだもん。
There you go.
返してよ。
I'm gonna like this show. I can already tell.
くれれば助かったんだ。あの人返せ。
Nah, he's gonna turn around. He's gonna turn around.
僕は
Good. 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 You get my applause right here. Good job. The sisters, you should lock her up. Handcuff her to the bed. Kill, 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 eh?
And slowly
People always want to kill. The question is why? Did she just snap one day and just decide, you know, I don't like you, parents. You guys took away my toy. Die. Or what was like the whole reason for that? It could still be. I might still be wrong. It could still be the boy, because I don't think it was just a random burglar. That's just. I mean, they were on the news. So perhaps, you know, a random burglar could have been like, you know what, no, you know what, I'm gonna punish you. For whatever reason, not really sure, but still, I think it's either the girl or the boy. I was leaning towards it being the boy, because I thought, you know what, the guy is bloody. I mean, he's shot in the head, but he's bloody. And the girl, she was clean. Again, she was using a gun, or a gun was used. But I still think it's one of those two. Who exactly, I am not sure. But I guess that will remain to be seen. Let me just make sure there is no preview. I'm guessing that's a preview? Yeah, that's a preview. Alright, let's just go back to a random point in the middle. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, I still think it's like one of those two. Either the boy or the girl. The girl, I think the boy is more like, it's more likely to be him. Just for the reason that the girl seems to be traumatized, just seems to be absolutely traumatized. So that points, in my opinion, to the boy, not so much the girl. But besides that, though, we found out the story of Qumu Tenma, I think his name is, which rhymes as well. Qumu Tenma, doctor, I should say, surgeon, neurosurgeon, which is a very difficult, thing to be. A friend of mine actually currently is studying medicine. I think he's in his third year of studying medicine to operate on brains, and I feel like so it's kind of and the whole time I was watching, I was thinking it was him. And like, again, you really need first of all, not so much a conscience, but you really need like a thick skin almost, where like things don't affect you. I think I would be quite a good surgeon just from that aspect, that things doesn't affect me. And obviously the thing with being a doctor is that you're always threading on like the balance between what's right, what's good, what's necessary, what's evil. The line obviously about not everyone is created equal is obviously made very apparent in the show, that there are people that are more important, not just to the hospital, but like just in general hospital. But yeah, overall, so far, very good first episode. Now I'm gonna record 3 more, but I want this first episode to be separate. Just makes it easier to find and easier to have on the playlist, the monster playlist. Having the first episode in its own thing. But besides that, just very enjoyable introduction to like the whole world, the whole universe. Also the fact that obviously he has a conscience. He is not somebody. He isn't somebody who just follows or just does it for for doing it for the sake of doing it, but he's somebody that actually that person, that woman, that who was obviously complaining about her husband, she really got to him. She really affected him. She really her words really impacted him. So it's good seeing that. It's good seeing the fact that that he actually follows us. Now there's going to be consequences, of course. Just because you're doing the right thing, there are going to be consequences ultimately. If the mayor dies, especially if the mayor dies, he's done for. I think that he's going to be fired. 1986. That's when this was made. 1980. You're not going to get away. There's no such thing as and there's no such thing as what we have today, which is unfair dismissal. That doesn't exist back there. Perhaps it did, actually. Now that I think about it, perhaps it did, but I don't know what a German law. So I'm not really sure about it. Especially back then, 1986. That's not that long ago in terms of law, but quite a long time ago in terms of just development of the law. So back then, unfair dismissal, I don't think there's any. He couldn't sue for something like that. Just being sacked one day to the next. So. But I also feel like the director is almost blackmailing him. He's blackmailing him with his daughter. Essentially, you don't follow my orders, First of all, you're gonna get sacked. Second of all, my daughter, I'm not gonna let her marry you. I feel like that's what's gonna happen in the next episode. That he's gonna, if the mayor dies, of course. If the mayor doesn't die, but I'm assuming that the mayor is gonna die because otherwise there would be no consequences almost. So if the mayor does die, I feel like he's gonna be out of a job. If the mayor doesn't die, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble still, but I think maybe he won't be out of a job because he's that good. Yeah, besides that, there's not really much to speculate. There's not really much to talk about. I mean, the kid, right? The kids. Let's focus on those two kids just for one more minute, and then I'm gonna watch the second episode. But like those two kids, right? I don't know. I don't know. The girl. If the boy wasn't so severely injured, right? I would have been like, okay, the boy did it. I know it sounds very stupid. Not stupid. I know it sounds very harsh is probably the wrong word, but it sounds very cynical almost of me to just expect it was one of the two children, considering that they are, children. They're not adults. But I always disagree with like these things like, oh, it was just a random burglary, just a random robber. No, I can't see that being the case. It's not going to be just a random robber, unless that's the end of their story. Unless like next episode he's gonna seriously, what's that car outside? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's just a car that just keeps honking the horn every. Seriously, but all right, you know what? I lost my train of thought right now. But unless like their story is over in the next episode. So in the next episode, they're not going to be relevant anymore. The surgery is going to be, successful. And then they're going to arrest one of them too. Because she just keeps saying kill, 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 kill. Yeah, I feel like it's almost going to like, I feel like they're almost going to be integral to the story in some way or another. So yeah, I don't think the story is finished, and I don't think his story is finished either in the hospital. There's going to be some consequences out of his actions, and we'll see exactly, if the surgery is successful or not. Obviously, I'm going with the assumption that the surgery is successful, because if he does all that, right, if he goes against the director and everything, and then operates on the boy, he does all that, and then the surgery fails. That would just suck. That would just suck so much for him. He'd be out of a job, and he would have failed, But I'm going with the assumption that it's gonna work, and that's my assumption right now. That's my assumption right here, and that's what I think ultimately. That's what I ultimately think. But regardless, I will see you guys in the next 3 episodes, I guess. I was told to do 4 episodes to start with. So I will see you guys in the next 3 episodes. And until then, everyone, peace out and have a nice day. Bye.